between the rocks. When all that was them will be represented in the life force that is the rock. The time will come when the rock not too far from here, which you call Uluru, will be more sacred than it is today. And that regular humanity will go and they will not touch it and they will not climb it, because they will recognize within it something precious and beautiful and pure. The Anu will never leave this planet. They will become the watchers of it. They're always here in some way, in their beauty and in that which is pure. They know this. They sing about it. They are the oldest. Profound secrets they carry about their own lineage, biologically as well. If an Anu were to mate with any other kind of non-pure human, the gifts will not pass. Therefore, they represent chemically, genetically, something which is unusual and special on the planet. In other words, science can prove that they are different. They're seers of the earth. Part of the earth is their consciousness. They are not a part as you are. I want you to think about these things. The next time you see one, I want you to understand the respect that is here and the beauty that is here. This is their home. The songs that you sing, these are a connection to the divine. They have them, you have them. It should show you, dear ones, that you share something profound. The understanding through the song lines of the beauty of the creation. This is why you're here. Dear ones, the Cryon teaching has always centered on the human. Not on things around the human, but always the human. The reason Cryon is here at all is because of the intense and profound shifts at hand now. If 20 years ago we described what is happening in this room and that you would participate and be doing what you're doing, many of you would say that is not correct. It's a shift of consciousness, even of perception, maybe even allowance. Allowance that you would push past what you were taught. An allowance that would let you prove what is happening to you by breaking the barrier of your disbelief. And this is what we are asking you now. As eclectic as you might be, singing the tones against each other in the way that you have been taught, not really understanding what they do, but feeling what they do. Even that eclecticness does not compare with where it's going. I want you to have a better appreciation of who you are. Close your eyes and pretend that the sun has gone down. Tonight, perhaps you would get away from the facility and all the lights and glance at the sky. It'll take your breath away. For it lights up, and you can even see nearby galaxies. Number of stars in your Milky Way, so great you can only see a fraction, and yet it will take your breath away. This is the ceiling of the home of those who are pure. It's what they have every single night. So you can see that they have searched their own, I would say, lineage, and they know who they are. But I don't think you do. Tonight I would like you to stare at the stars for just a little while. And under your breath you might even ask, who am I? And it's bigger than you know. The first thing I ask you is, do you think it's possible within the myriad of the tens of thousands of stars you can see, do you think it's possible that any of them might have a solar system like yours? And the answer is, of course. And then I ask you this, of those that you can only see with the naked eye, do you think any of those solar systems might have a sweet spot for a planet like yours? Just right. Creatures like you, with the DNA like you, who can look back and ponder their Milky Way purview and wonder about you. Is it possible that as you look upon the skies, you are not seeing stars, but you are seeing consciousness teeming through the galaxy? And I will tell you, yes. I will go even further. I want you to ask that of Spirit tonight as you look at the stars in silence, and see if the answer comes back. We know who you are. Everybody does. And that is what you're unaware of. In far, far away places, consciousnesses of others that have been told about a magic place where other creatures like them, who have DNA like them, can do something they can't. Spiritual evolution. They can change, even shape-shift eventually, with nothing more than consciousness as they absorb the love of God. As they change the very structure of their societies, as they become benevolent, as they begin to love one another in ways that you have not even seen yet, one society to another. You don't know that this is a gift and that others cannot, and that perhaps it's only a fairy tale to a myriad of civilizations who have your story in their traditions, in their mythology. There's a star in the sky who will make a difference to the galaxy. And you look out and wonder if you're alone. There's more than you think here. It shouts with the love of God and the beauty and the power of the human being. This is the shift that we have told you is here. Still with free choice, you can make it go as fast and as slow as you wish. But this is the place to look up and ask, who am I? And this is the place for you to receive an answer. And that answer will be magnificent. Dear ones, it is a short finale. When I remind you again of where you are. And this is the place where we will then give you the matched pair for Uluru, the node and the null. But before we do, new information about nodes and nulls that we have never spoken before. This now is connecting the dots, things that make sense to an energy around you that is not static. That is to say, everything affects everything else. Let us put together a musical term and use it in physics. It is sonority. Sonority is a difficult thing to describe musically, but musically it is the difference between the relationship of notes. If you hear a major chord, it has a certain sonority. A minor has a different sonority. And so we say to you, consciousness has a different sonority. The various aspects of what you would call positive and negative work together to create a specific sonority. The reason I give you this is to tell you that all along the things that we teach are multidimensional. So you have to think out of the box of linearity. There are 12 nodes and 12 nulls. We've told you there is a match for every single one, but we did not tell you it is the same match from day to day. There are only 2 that are permanent and always had to go together. One is the pair which involved Maui, Hawaii, and the other was the pair that involved Lake Titicaca in Bolivia. All of the others could have gone anywhere depending upon the consciousness of the planet and when they were announced. This may not suit the linearity that you want for things that never change. Welcome to a new reality. Once they're identified, they are mated forever. But until they are identified loosely, I will tell you, they could be anywhere. Uluru has settled. You are here. There are 3 places it could have gone. The one that it settled in today makes total sense, and the sonority is beautiful. The match to Uluru is Mount Logan, Northern Territories of Canada. If you take a look at the pristineness, the beauty, and all of the things that you would have here as an opposite polarity, it is Mount Logan. The height, the majesty, the temperature. All the opposites. Go from this place, changed forever. And so it is. Greetings, dear ones. I'm Cryon of Magnetic Service. I want to extend the message of last night. It may appear different, but it is the same subject. But even before I start giving any kind of information, I want to identify the channel. It's really not an informational channel. There are times when great things are proposed that you haven't known. They're great because they reflect what the human can do. We talk about systems that maybe you didn't know and things that are happening to you that maybe you didn't know. And other times we just want to sit at your feet and talk to you. And that's all of you. There's great awareness of who listens.
There is this multidimensional, timeless thing we talk about over and over that says we know the listener. When you have to suspend the linearity of time and know that Spirit knows the potential of who's going to listen.